Have you ever really thought about silver? I mean, beyond just jewelry or old coins. What if I told you that this ancient metal might be at the very center of our future, thanks to the rise of AI? It's a surprising connection, for sure, so let's dive in and figure out what's going on. So, what's all the buzz about? Well, if you were watching the markets in 2024, you saw silver's price take off, hitting a high we haven't seen in a decade. Now, this wasn't just some small, everyday blip. This was a huge surge that made everyone sit up and pay attention. The real question is, what's behind it? Get this, we're talking about a 34% jump in 2024 alone. Yep, 34%. A move that big really makes you wonder, right? Is this just a flash in the pan, or is it the beginning of something much bigger? To get to the bottom of that, we have to look at what's really driving the demand. And that brings us to our first big piece of the puzzle. You see, silver isn't just sitting around looking pretty, it's an absolute workhorse. It's one of the most crucial components in modern industry, and its demand is just exploding for a couple of very, very important reasons. First on the list, electric vehicles. The massive global shift to EVs is a huge consumer of silver. And with governments pouring billions into EV infrastructure, well, the need for silver is just going through the roof. Every single EV that rolls off the line uses about 50 grams of silver. Now, I know that might not sound like a ton, but multiply that by the millions and millions of new cars being built every single year across the globe, you can see how that demand starts to add up really, really fast. And the demand doesn't stop with cars. The next big driver is the solar power industry. As the world shifts toward renewable energy, solar is a clear leader. And silver is absolutely essential to making it work. It plays a key part in photovoltaics. That's the tech that actually lets solar panels capture sunlight and turn it into electricity. You know, this quote really says it all. Without silver, that whole green revolution we talk so much about would basically grind to a halt. It's a fundamental building block for a cleaner future, doing all the heavy lifting behind the scenes. But these industrial uses, as important as they are only part of the story. There's a new driver emerging, and it might be the most powerful one yet. Okay, this is where it gets really fascinating. We're talking about artificial intelligence. AI is everywhere, right? It's the buzzword of the decade. But while it's changing the digital world, it's also creating a massive appetite for the physical materials that make it all possible. If you want to understand the sheer scale of this, just look at this number. Experts are projecting that AI is going to add an incredible $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. This isn't some niche tech trend, it's a complete transformation of the world economy. And a shift that big needs real-world materials to build on. So where does silver fit into all this? Well, for starters, AI data centers are chowing down on it. Silver has the best electrical conductivity of any metal, period. That means faster processing while losing less energy as heat, which is absolutely critical when you're trying to cool these gigantic server farms that train AI models. It's also essential for the advanced semiconductors, the brains of the operation, and for all the complex wiring inside AI-powered robots. From the tiny chip to the giant robot arm, silver is what makes AI tick. But AI's impact isn't just about using more silver. It also shines a big spotlight on silver's other personality, its unique dual role in our economy. This is what makes silver a kind of dual-threat asset. See, on the one hand, it's this vital industrial metal we can't innovate without. But on the other hand, it's always been a financial safety net. As technology, especially AI-driven trading, makes the markets more and more volatile, the appeal of a tangible, real asset that can hold its value, well, that appeal just gets stronger. Just think about the flash crash back in 2010. Automated trading algorithms, with no humans involved, caused the market to just plummet in a matter of minutes. Now, as AI trading gets even more powerful and widespread, the risk of those kinds of disruptions could actually go up. In a world like that, physical assets like silver, which exist completely outside those digital systems, become a really important way to hedge against that kind of instability. So, let's put it all together. We have rising industrial demand from things like EVs and solar, we have a powerful new driver in AI, and we have its historic role as a safe haven asset. All of this leads to one big question. Does this make silver a seriously undervalued opportunity? Well, it really might come down to basic economics, supply and demand. In 2024, the world had a physical silver supply deficit of 182 million ounces. Let me put that another way. We are using way more silver than we are currently mining and producing. This chart makes it crystal clear. Global demand shot up to 1.21 billion ounces, which is the second highest it's been since 2010. But supply just isn't keeping up. And anytime demand outpaces supply by that much, it puts some serious upward pressure on the price. It's just simple math. Here's another indicator that a lot of investors keep an eye on: the gold to silver ratio. It's simple, really. It just tells you how many ounces of silver it takes to buy 1 ounce of gold. Right now, that number is around 90. Historically, whenever that ratio gets really high, it suggests that silver might be undervalued compared to gold. The long-term average is much, much lower, so when it gets stretched this far, it often means silver has a lot of room to run just to catch up. And hey, it's not just a niche theory. Big institutions are noticing too. The World Bank, for example, is predicting a 7% rise in silver prices for 2025, and then another 3% on top of that in 2026. That shows a growing consensus that these fundamental drivers are real and are here to stay. But here's the real takeaway from all of this. This isn't about trying to time the market for a quick buck. Silver is more of a strategic asset. Its value is tied to some of the biggest trends shaping our world. It's a critical piece of our tech future, and it's a stabilizing force in an increasingly complex, AI-driven global economy. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. We've seen its quiet but crucial role in green energy, and now we see how deeply connected it is to the rise of AI. So, is it possible that this ancient, precious metal is actually the unsung hero that's powering our entire technological future? It's definitely something to think about.